Gervonta Davis says Ryan Garcia is too lazy to make 135. Fact or fiction? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. First off, if you want to collabo, if you want to, be a part of the show, if you want me to come on yours, if you want to be on mine, hit my Gmail, flockofcards@gmail.com. I'm down to work with anybody who's willing to work. You just got to be willing to work, man. So, Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, man, what a big fight. A lot of build-up going into this fight. A lot of people interested in this fight. A lot of people dubbing it as a mega fight, a super fight. A lot of people saying that this fight might hit that magical 1 million buy mark just because of the names involved. And that is all good for the sport of boxing, man. I'm all about moving the sport forward. I think a lot of people who do boxing analysis and have boxing channels, they're only interested in pushing drama for views. Me personally, I'm all about moving the sport forward, because if the sport continues to stall out and we only push drama and we're not pushing real boxing facts, and we're not talking about mega fights and trying to help these fights get made. We're only pushing drama and ruining fights like Spence and Crawford. The sport's never going to evolve into what we as fans want it to be. So let's do right by the sport, man. Please, let's do right by the sport. Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, super fight. Ryan Garcia has started to come out, and his team has started to come out and say that they feel like Gervonta Davis is weight draining them, and they feel like that the fight should have been at 140 and not 135. And I feel like that's kind of petty, man. If you were not complaining about that before you guys signed the contract, if that was not your main arguing point for why you hadn't signed the contract, and you were sitting up there yelling and screaming for Gervonta Davis like a couple weeks ago to sign the contract. Y'all remember that? Where Ryan Garcia was getting on Twitter and stuff and poking fun of Gervonta Davis for not signing the contract. Why are you complaining now that the contract is actually signed? That lets me know he's not confident he's going to win this fight at all. That is a dead giveaway that you think you about to get knocked the F out.
Dead giveaway. Something is wrong here.
And, he really didn't start complaining until after the whole your chin is soft incident. So maybe it was something he saw in Gervonta Davis's eyes that made him go, what, this dude ain't playing. This dude's a pit bull. I might have bit off a little more than I could chew.
Heard screaming. I'm eating my McDonald's.
Bernard Hopkins, why did you get me into this? Oscar De La Hoya, why did you get me? But it's too late now. You can't complain after you signed the contract and you tried to goat that man into signing the contract. Now you got what you wanted and you want to complain about it should have been at 140. Why you trying to make me come down to 135? Listen, I thought you were a 135 fighter anyway. This is what I thought. But it seems like he only wants to fight fighters that he's naturally bigger than. That he can balloon up to this almost, super welterweight size and fight a 135-pound fighter who might balloon up to 145 or 147 or something like that. And you're going up to 160 almost, on the night of fight night. That is not fair. That is completely unfair. And if you want to fight the best competition, because Ryan Garcia says he wants to fight the best, he wants his name to be amongst the top names in boxing, why aren't you fighting any of the best guys at 140 pounds? There's plenty of names over he could have fought. He could have went and fought Josh Taylor. He could be pursuing Josh Taylor with the same energy that he's pursuing Gervonta Davis with. As a matter of fact, if you're able to balloon up to 160 pounds, which a lot of people are saying, now I said maybe 154, 155, somewhere around there, but that's saying 160 is what he has the capability of ballooning up to once he rehydrates, if it's allowed. Then why aren't you going after these welterweight fighters? There's so many good welterweight fights out there. You can obviously make welterweight. Why aren't you going after the big money at welterweight? Why are you trying to go fight a bunch of smaller guys when there's a bunch of dudes out here that they're your same size, i.e. Jerron Boots Ennis, i.e. Virgil Ortiz, i.e. Mario Barrios, Keith Thurman, should I go on? Terrence Bud Crawford, Errol the Truth Spence Jr. There are plenty of names up there. And Mino Santanios. There's some weaker names up there you could have fought. David Avanzian. There's some garbage names up there you could have fought. You know what I'm saying? So why are you trying to go fight all of these smaller guys and then you're complaining that they're weight draining you because they want to fight you where they feel like they're the best at so far? He might have fought one time at 140 with the Mario Barrios fight, but that's not where Gervonta Davis campaigns at. We all know that. We all know that he wants to be 135 champion. So why would he push himself past 135 when he's trying to accomplish something at 135 that he hasn't accomplished yet? So Ryan Garcia, if you're pursuing Gervonta Davis and that's the fight you want, that's the fight you feel like you need to make, to push your career forward, you need to meet him where he feels like he's his best. If he feels like he's not his best at 140, well, 135 is where you got to meet him. Or you have to bring something to the table to where he's coming to you and not you going to him. Because complaining in the background, hey man, that's really, really unfair. That's really, really bogus on Ryan Garcia's part. And it shows you that once again he's not confident in himself winning at 135 pounds. Now, take nothing away from Ryan. I think he's going to lose this fight, and I'm not saying he's going to lose because he's weight drained. I think he's going to lose because he's overmatched at 135. You're fighting somebody who's built for 135, 140, when you're obviously built for 147, maybe 154. Obviously, that's where you should be campaigning at. But since, hey, I don't know why, maybe it's your team pushing you to do that, maybe it's your coaches, maybe it's Oscar, maybe it's Bernard, whoever it is telling you that, hey, go fight these smaller guys and you'll be the bully in the fight rather than go fight, the talent that's your size that you might be able to surprise some people that you beat. It would be awesome to see Ryan Garcia fight Boots Ennis. It would be awesome to see Ryan Garcia take on Josh Taylor. It would be awesome to see him fight Virgil Ortiz. It would be awesome to see him fight, some of those guys at the higher weight classes, because you're obviously able to make that. If Gervonta feels like he can't make 147 comfortably yet, he shouldn't be trying to move up just yet. He should try to conquer 135 first and move up when you feel comfortable. Don't complain now that you've gotten yourself into a situation to where you think you're about to lose that donut. This is the old generation still, I guess. I was giving Ryan a lot of props for taking the fight, but now he wants to complain about something that he put himself into and his team put him into, and I really don't think that that's on the up and up. I don't think that's good for boxing. Hey, accept it for what it is. I think Gervonta Davis is right. It's a bit of laziness on a lot of people's accord for not wanting to make these fights. Not wanting to make these weight limits. Even with the Errol Spence situation, him being a little lazy not to want to make 147. And perhaps maybe stalling out the Terrence Crawford fight even more with the Keith Thurman situation. It's like, man, why are y'all doing this to the sport? Let's go ahead and give us these fights, get them over with, and y'all can move on from there. I do feel like that's a little bit of laziness, because if you're that good, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, shouldn't be an issue if you're that good. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share, subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. More than likely to get a response on YouTube, so holla at me over there. If you want to collabo, hit my Gmail, flockofcards@gmail.com. And we are man.
When you talk to Louis Keys, you talking to a pro. If I'm talking to your queen, I'm probably talking to a hoe. If I'm talking about this rap shit, I'm talking about my dough. If you talking to anybody, it's probably 5-0. Live hoes wanna lay with the prince. They love how I live, so these dimes keep on paying my rent. Come over, ass naked, nothing on up under the trench. My wife, they come over, I send them out back over the fence. I'm rugged, y'all boys is fake, don't stay thuggin'. Washing my windshield the only time you spray something. I hit the studio with an ounce of weed. Leave with a couple roaches and a hot CD. Look, you cannot see me, Louis is off of the road. You acting like I won't take the hood off of your coat. With your head still in it, then run off with your wallet, with your bread still in it. You'll be gone in minutes. Niggas say we on that level now. Niggas say we on that level now. I know, cause all the girls we hitting is dimes and all the beats is fire and all the weed we smoking is hydro. Niggas say we on that level now. Niggas say we on that level now. I know, cause all the girls we hitting is dimes and all the beats is fire and all the weed we smoking is hydro. I take a bra with a black face, put some white on the jaws and the chin till she look like Lorenz Tate on Dead President.